My next guest is a quantum field healer, womb healer, transformation and intuitive business mindset coach, divine feminine guide, NLP, and hypnosis practitioner. Please welcome Diana Adamko. Welcome to the Powerful Female Leaders Podcast. I'm your host, Anna Patricia Bourgeois, certified business coach. I'm here to help you up-level, generate consistent wealth, increase your confidence, attract dream clients, and master your mindset so that you can fully own your power and achieve next-level results in your online business and beyond. Every week, a powerful conversation will take place with amazing guests, or I'll share from my experience to help inspire you to start and scale the business of your dreams while being powerfully you. The time has come to stop playing small, stop hiding, and stop waiting. Now is the perfect time for you to passionately pursue your heart's desire as the powerful leader you were born to be. Are you ready? Let's do this. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Powerful Female Leaders Podcast. I am here today with Diana. Hello.
Hello, hey Aina, nice to meet you. Well, thank you very much for inviting me to have a chat with you.
Yeah, of course. I'm so excited that you're here. Honestly, I saw your Instagram. I saw we connected on Facebook, and I really love what you do for women and businesses and healing. Like healing is something that I've always looked up to because I feel like there's not enough of that in the world right now. Like everyone should be intentional about their healing journeys and becoming the best version of themselves. So I'm curious to know where does this journey started for you and why is this so important for you?
Well, that's I totally agree. And actually, this is my jam to go and do the deep inner work so that then it can translate into tangible results in your life and your business. And I totally believe that this is the way. And I think I've always been like that. I've always been like a deep thinker, and I've always been somebody who wants the full transformation. I don't go halfway. I don't like, small talk. I really need to go into the death all the time. So
Yeah.
I think I'm naturally drawn to this. And I mean, it started a long time ago. It was 2011, I think, when I first really started to consciously explore these sort of things, healing and personal development and spirituality and transformation. And then I've done a lot of different kind of modalities and learned a lot. I've done courses and started to work with people and worked a lot on myself. And I think that's the thing, that you continuously love doing this for yourself. You continuously enjoying going out into the quantum field and kind of see those deeper insights from different angles. And it's just, you yourself experience the power of the transformation, and you're so passionate about, and then you see, instinctively for others where they trip up. Although I can see it out in the world now that there's more and more business coaches who are putting out messages where they are realizing that they need to do the deep healing. They cannot just keep going. The trauma healing is needed. It's still not everybody wants to do that, because I think we're afraid that it's going to stop us in our track, that it's going to stop our momentum and take away our focus from growing our business. And we just want to quickly, patch up the mindset blocks and the limiting beliefs. And that's like having this surface inspiration to keep moving forward. But to dig deeper is still scary. I love what I'm doing this, and then I think there's just so much power in it. Once you have a taste of it, you realize that that's what's going to make the difference.
Absolutely. And I know you also said that you help women let go of shame and guilt and self-doubt and societal expectations and pressure and structures. And would you say that's the key to really living a more purposeful, flowy experience in business and life?
the name of your podcast is Powerful Female Leaders. And I think we women have been on a long, long journey. I believe that not as a gender, but the feminine as an archetype within all of us, both men and women, is the one that is here to lead, and the masculine is here to support. And I think as women, we got into leadership through the masculine, through the pushing, through being strong and hard and putting on the mask and kind of emulating the men. And we are coming to a point where we are realizing that the power and being a leader is coming from the softness. It's coming from allowing yourself to feel everything, to be vulnerable, to move from empathy, compassion, love, moving from nurturing things, nurturing others. And I think there is a real power shift, as in we are realizing where the power is, where true leadership is coming from. And as women, we have, especially as women, we have a lot to sort out in the department of shame. Unfortunately, we have been living in a society that has been built upon shaming. Like, think about the school system. Think about how we are being raised and being taught to become who we are, be the good girl. It's not nice for a girl to do this. It's not polite. It's not ladylike. So there's a lot of daily things that we don't realize. These subtle things, how shame is being that guiding emotion, that underlying emotion that is stopping us from truly stepping into our power. So shame is a big part of it, but there is a lot of other emotions that we don't harness, if you like, the negative emotions like anger, like sadness and grief. We have been tapping into fear a lot. That if you look at the personal development world, it's always talking about fear and face your fears. But that's the easy part, actually. And dealing with all the other emotions. And I really feel that, and I really believe that through the work that I do is when you are aligned to just stop and harness these emotions, anger, sadness, fear, hurt, guilt, shame, grief, that's when you really step into the power. It really liberates you from so many things. It's an amazing thing to see when somebody is harnessing these emotions, and the joy and the instant power that they step into. It's just beautiful, I think.
Yeah. Oh, so good. I love this conversation so much because part of what I do too is like helping my clients step into that power. It's like realizing that our voice matters and that we matter and that we have the power to create change. So yeah, I really love that a lot. And I know you are also the author of the Daily Moon Journals. Like, do you want to share more about what those journals are all about?
The Daily Moon Journals are guided journals, and this is basically supporting your daily self-connection practice. We women, it's another part of ourselves, about our body, that we are cyclical, and everything is cyclical in life. Men are cyclical too, but their cycles are faster. Their hormonal cycle is slower, is so much more longer than a woman's. So therefore it's not causing so much up and down, but their energy cycle is like the sun. It's 24-hour. They go to sleep, they regenerate their energy, they wake up, and then they can run on full. Women are not like this. Our cycle is like the moon. So we have got these 29 days on average, where our energy, physical energy level will rise and depletes. our emotions are going to go crazy and we have no control over it. So all of these cliches that we are emotional and crazy and sassy, this is all
Mm-hmm.
true. We are. And the Daily Moon Journal is all about learning to reclaim our cyclical
Mm.
nature and own ourselves, own all of our sassiness, all of our sensitiveness, all of our creativity, and also at the same time start to understand ourselves deeper through connecting with our cyclical nature. So the Daily Moon Journal is leading you through a daily 2 minutes anchoring practice. And it
Mm.
really is 2 minutes because it's intuitive
Mm-hmm.
and it's not about you sitting there and journaling a lot and thinking about it. It's, it's just feeling into yourself.
Yeah.
So that's the whole point. And it's a moon journal because not necessarily, so it's not about connecting with your menstrual cycle as such, but connecting with that concept, that you are cyclical as a
Mm-hmm.
woman, and doesn't matter what you do, it governs your body. And it doesn't only govern your body when you have active menstrual cycle. We have our cyclical nature for
Mm.
life. So from the moment you've got your first period all the way through your life, but it changes. So it will, from active menstrual cycle, it will become perimenopausal and then postmenopausal. And it's still cyclical nature, but you have a different way that the hormones go through your body. And when you connect with the moon is going to be that steady point of leading you through yourself, really.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes your own cycle, your own menstrual cycle or perimenopausal cycle is not reliable, in that it might not be always the same, but the moon is going to be steady. So what I can say is that when I first started to do this practice, I started to create it for myself. I felt like nobody can pull the rug out from underneath me because I've got this steady rhythm of the moon. So even my own cycle couldn't disrupt it that much. And it's basically teaching you to be connected to yourself and to your soul
Wow.
on a continuous basis.
Yeah, that sounds so juicy.
It is
I
actually.
love it. I love it. So, growing up, did you imagine you'd be where you are today?
God, no, not at all. I don't think so. I mean, I was born in Hungary, and when I was 17, that's when the Cold War was ending, and
Mm,
between the West and the East. And Hungary belonged to the east side of the Cold War. And till that point, till
mhm.
that I was 17, I didn't even have a passport that was valid to all of the countries of the world because of
Wow.
these political restrictions. When I was 17, then that everything turned, and it was a completely new mindset that we had to put ourselves into, and a lot of different things. And
Mhm.
I think I wrote it somewhere that on a post that it was a real journey for me to figure me out.
Mm, mhm.
As I looked back at some point, I realized that I am on a journey that my physical journey, because then I left from Hungary, I think when I was 25, and went to the UK, and then went to Spain, and then back to Hungary and back to the UK. So kind of lived in a few places.
Mhm.
And that physical journey of living in different countries and moving about was also part of my spiritual journey
Mm,
and opening me up to me, really.
mhm. Yeah, I love that so much. Like, I feel the same way. Like, every time I travel, like, I also did like a student exchange in Spain. I lived there for like 7 months, and I just got to know myself so well. And parts of me I didn't even know was there, and it was so enlightening and so like such a rich experience, basically. So I totally get what you mean.
I don't know. I discovered that walking is like, you know how you learn about meditation,
Yeah.
when you get into personal development and all of these things. And I remember many, many years ago that and I see this always women posting about it, that they can't meditate because then you have this fixed idea that you have to sit down and be quiet and breathe and focus. But
Mm.
actually, everybody has a different personality and different ways to meditate suit us. And for me, for example, walking is an amazing meditation because as I walk, I got used to it that I don't mind if somebody sees me. I speak out loud so that I can talk to myself and clear my head as I walk, because that movement, being on a walk, being in movement, kind of being on a journey, so to speak, is
Yeah.
helping me to be on a journey in my thoughts, in my feelings, and just work everything through. And by the time I finish walking, it's like the murky water settles down and everything is clear, you know?
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, I love walking too. It's so like calming and relaxing.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. So I'm curious to know, like, do you have like any piece of wisdom that you'd like to share with the audience today?
As we talked about the daily moon journals, and for some reason I shared with you my walking and how I speak out loud and walking. I think one of the most important thing is that to listen to ourselves, because there are so much messages and informations coming through everywhere, and it can be so confusing and can put us into anxiety and worry and divert us from something that we know or something that we somehow feel sure of, or we got inspired, and then we try to research it and we try to make it happen, let's say in business, that all of a sudden we don't even realize, but we start to divert from our inspiration, start to divert from that what we envision that we're going to do, because we stop listening after the initial inspiration and try to look for others who can tell us of how to do it, because we don't trust ourselves, we don't listen to ourselves, because we don't feel we're good enough or enough to make that happen. And I think one of the biggest thing for me, especially through the daily moon journals, working with other women as well, is the feedback that I always get is how everything changes when they have this continuous listening to themselves, and how quickly you can turn everything around and shift everything because you listen to that inner voice and nurture that and move from there.
Oh, this is so good. I feel like everyone needs to hear this right now.
I think that this is it. I mean, be the leader of yourself, talking
Yeah.
about powerful women leading is first you lead yourself, and then by default you're leading everybody else, right?
Exactly. Oh, I love this so much. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. It truly speaks to my heart, and I know it's going to help a lot of other women for sure. So where can people go to connect with you further in the online space?
Find me on Facebook. My name is Diana Adamko, which is quite a unique name. So there's not many. Will come up on your research when you try to find me on Facebook. Also, I'm on Instagram with the same name. You can find me on LinkedIn. I'm basically everywhere, but my main place is I think Facebook.
Awesome. Well, thank you again so much for being here, for sharing all of that. It's so inspiring, so amazing. And I wish you nothing more than more success, more love, more flow, more alignment. Yeah, and let's keep in touch for sure.
Thank you very much for inviting me and having this little chat. I was really enjoying sharing whatever was coming up, and I hope that it will be inspiring for others.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Powerful Female Leaders podcast. If you love this episode, make sure to spread the message, leave a review, and subscribe. I would forever be grateful for you. I also want to hear from you, and I want to know your feedback and your questions for future episodes. So don't be shy, say hi, and send me a message at Powerful Female Leaders Podcast on Instagram. Until then, I'll see you on the next episode.